Hello everybody, and welcome back to Aurora Plays Neverwinter Nights, the Aielund Saga. I'm your humble host, Tim. In the previous session, we made our way all the way to the town of Trinity after passing through Braxford and avoiding a fight with some past allies. In order to hire some mercenaries here. We need to hire a bunch of mercenaries to help the attack on the main city in order for us to infiltrate the castle proper to take out the king, or at least steal the staff to deactivate the king's armor. But I haven't had my long rest yet, so let's do that since we're here now. Alright, we're looking for story so far. I'm trying to work. What's the name of the city again? Tucson! We're going to Tucson. That's the name of the city we're heading to. That's Tucson. I'm just help my former king. No. Alright, so we're heading to Culdany. We're going to invade Culdany, but before we do that, we need to hire a bunch of mercenaries. And that is why we have come to Trinity. So, got ourselves a room and had a nice rest. And now we've got to go... Oh, so I keep forgetting. We've got the balcony here. Oh. Cool, that's an easy way to get downstairs, I suppose. But I think actually first we should check out, because I saw some mercenaries in here. Alright, so what have we got here? We got the Sand Dragon Mercenary Company. We have the Juggernaut Mercenary Company. Let's go talk to the Juggernauts. They seem like big, hearty people.
Why do you disturb me?
What? Hello there, handsome. Can you help me with... can I help you with anything in particular?
Yeah, I'm looking for some mercenaries to join my cause. Are you interested?
I'm interested in a lot of things, if you get my drift.
I don't quite follow.
You, me, bedroom, now. Get it?
No thanks. I think... Oh, come on now. That's not fair. Saying I could do better.
Are you calling me ugly?
No, of course not. You're just a very delicate flower.
Oh, thank you. So, what's the problem?
Well, I've got to get an army together to save the world. It's really important.
Oh, okay. We'll talk business then. What's the job?
Alright, pretty simple. You need to join up with the Tucson army and help us attack Fairloch. Oh, Fairloch! Good lord, I've got all the names. Culdany was the city outside of... yeah, alright, never mind. It's a diversionary tactic, so you only need to help the majority of their forces occupied for a while.
Fairloch? That's where the King of Aielund is. That's crazy.
Well, it's only a diversion. I'm not asking you to fight the king. That's my job.
What's the payment?
I'm prepared to offer you 100,000 gold. She scratches her chin.
Deal.
Really? You don't want to try and barter?
Well, as you say, it's only a diversion. It's not like we're asking us to invade the city and take it over. Now that would be expensive.
Well, does that mean you would have done it for less?
Well, you'll never know. So that'll be 100,000 gold in advance.
Ooh. I have the seal of King Osric of Tucson. He's paying for this little war. So you can send someone to him to get the gold.
What the hell's this? I take gold, not little bits of metal. Pay me in actual right here in front of me gold, or it's off. So you won't be accepting the king's word? I never met the king of Tucson, so I don't know if that's his seal or not. So, how about this? You pay me 100,000 gold, and you can go see the king to get your money back.
I suppose I could get reimbursement from the king later on.
There you go. You do have the money, right?
Yeah, of course I do. I'm really rich at the moment.
Lost 100,000 gold. Pleasure doing business with you, Aurora. So, we would head straight to Fairloch? Where do I meet up with the rest of your army?
Go to Braxford first. That's the rally point. Take the low march to avoid the Aielund army into the mountains. Don't worry, the way's been cleared. And once everyone is assembled, you'll move on to Fairloch from there.
Gotcha. Well, we'll get our gear ready and head there as soon as possible.
Alright, I'll see you later then. Haha. Okay, that's one group already recruited. Hello there, sir.
Well met.
Here. To three, hail to thee, haggard traveller. What brings you to Trinity on such a lovely sunny day? It's always sunny in Trinity. Well, not at all, not at all. Yesterday, I'm sure I saw a cloud over the horizon, but but you don't take my word for it. You're welcome to check over the horizon yourself. Ah, of course, I might just do that after I saddle up my pink unicorn. In the meantime, perhaps we can discuss some business, if that's all right with you. Why, of course. Business is my middle name, my first and last being Edril Mason, so you're Edril Business Mason, respectively. But before we proceed, perhaps you'll be so kind to tell me the name of this beautiful young lady I see before me. Aha! Certainly. This is Princess Crewissa Robeck, heir to the throne of Ireland. Nice to meet you, Eldel. The pleasure is mine. He takes her hand and kisses it. Your presence brightens up our dry little corner of the world, my dear. Oh, your kind words have made me glad to have met you, dear sir. But don't think for a second I don't know a rogue when I see one. You can just take your eyes off my coin purse, if you please. Oh, she's a shrewd one, all right. I do as she says, Iredell. Ah, a woman of surprises, to be sure. But yes, enough of this banter. We shall talk business, if you please. I didn't catch your name, by the way. Indeed, my name is Aurora Borealis, and I'm here to hire you for a most daring venture. Oh, I'm always interested for a price. Speak on my prospective benefactor. All right. I represent the King of Tucson, and you'll be interested in hiring your services to stage an assault on Fairloch and remove the Mad King Seamus from his throne. Oh, you must be joking, right? There's no way known I would go up against the King Seamus. Border skirmishes with Aielund, sure, but a direct assault on Fairloch is suicide. All the gold in the world wouldn't sway me otherwise. Look, don't worry. This isn't a suicide mission, and the reward will be well worth it. Besides the plunder, which I'm sure your men will involve themselves in, once Fairloch falls, we are willing to offer you 100,000 pieces of gold for your services. What do you say? 100,000, you say? Oh, don't insult me. I'll tell you what, why don't you come back when hell freezes over and we'll talk then, eh? Alright. You do know, as well as I do, that 100,000 gold pieces is twice what your company's worth. Be reasonable. Reasonable, you say? Well, how about this for reasonable? You're asking me and my men to go on something which is most likely a suicide mission, and yet even if we somehow manage to survive and your plans go awry, and Fairloch doesn't fall, we'll ensure that we are never employed by Aielund again. I think about all the potential lost earnings. Ah. Well, what will it take to secure your services then? Okay, now we're talking. I expect nothing less than 200,000 gold pieces. That and a solution to a problem which has been bugging me for the last 2 years. Are you mad? I think I'll take my business elsewhere, as I'm sure Marcus Kennage will be far more agreeable to do business with. He looks like he's about to choke. Marcus is nothing more than a lying, deceitful pile of dog droppings, and he will do nothing more than take your money and then backstab you at the first opportunity. Well, better than paying 200,000 gold. Well, I'll still be here if you change your mind. I have no idea who this Marcus is. Let's go find him and talk to him, I guess. I might have missed a dialogue point. Alright, so we've got the Hellfire Mercenary Company just outside the tent here, so let's just go visit them. Oh, there's Marcus, okay.
Well met, friend.
Greetings, traveller. To what do I owe the honour?
Well, word around here is that you're the leader of the Hellfire Brigade. Marcus Kennage?
Well, that depends on who's doing the asking.
Well, my name's Aurora Borealis, and I'm currently in the employ of the King of Tucson. So, are you Marcus?
Well met, Aurora. Indeed, I am Marcus, and I am most interested in your proposition. Do go on.
All right, this proposition of mine will prove very lucrative for you if you're willing to take time to listen.
I'm always interested in lucrative propositions. You have my full attention.
All right. The King of Tucson and I have devised a plan which will end the reign of King Seamus once and for all. For this, we need the services of your company to be part of a full-scale assault on the city of Fairloch. Oh, shit. Hang on. You remain silent. You'll be paid 150,000 gold pieces for the part that the Hellfire Brigade must play Must play a rather princely sum. The sum you offer is indeed generous for a company of our size. However, I must decline your gracious offer, and I wish you the very best in your future endeavours. Okay? What, you're going to refuse, just like that? We're willing to pay a substantial sum for your services. This is not about the money. This is about making an... It's not about the money. This is about taking on an enemy that is very likely to take the lives of my men and I. What good is money if we're not around to spend it? Look, the plan only calls for the main attack to be a diversion. Although we expect the resistance to be fierce, it shall be short-lived. This I promise. Now, what will it take to secure your services? A diversion, eh? Okay. How is this? You do something for me now and pay me the money, and my company will be at your disposal for as long as you need, or until it is clear that the attack has failed. What do you need me to do? Sorry, I need to kill this. He's the other guy. Perhaps you know of a certain mercenary captain by the name of Aielund, leads the Sand Dragons. Yep. I need you to kill him for me. After that, my company is at your disposal. Is this how mercenaries get ahead? Eliminate the competition? This is disgraceful. No, that's business. I assure you, my dear lady, this is not a common occurrence. My grief with this man is personal, not professional. Oh, so you just want us to assassinate him for you then? My mistake? That makes it completely different. You know nothing of this man, or of the things he has done. To be so judgmental, madam, if you knew what I know, you would not be so quick to spare him. So why do you want him dead? A couple of years back, we had something of a falling out over matters that were the fault of neither of us. However, the aftermath resulted in him losing half his company while I lost my wife and children. Oh. The trouble is that he doesn't believe my version of events, and to this day wants me dead because he thinks I backstabbed him. While he lives, my life and the lives of all my men are at great risk. So I have finally decided that it is time for this feud to end. He must die, and you will do it. Look, I'll do it for you, but then you will provide me with your services for 100,000 gold and not a copper more. 100,000 gold and Aielund's head. Consider that a done deal. Alright, I'll be back. Excuse me, everyone. Gotta go murder a person. Hey, dude.
Well met.
I've changed my time. You've got to die now.
That's it.
Heal me up, you bitch. Oh, god damn it. Hey, thank you. Level up! Oh, it is. You died, and I gained a level. Zen. Arcane arrows. Oh, right. Cool. What armor did this guy have? Sand Dragon Light Chainmail. Oh, it gives haste. That might be useful. Oh, hang on. Might give that to Croissa. It is done, Marcus.
Well met, friend.
Have you done the deed? Yep, see for yourself. I'm sorry it had to end this way, Aielund. Better you than me, though. You know he's dead, right? Of course. My words are more for my benefit than his. Now, before I agree to this contract, I must insist on seeing proof that you're working for the king. Here's his seal.
That will do nicely. I see you have it. I'll just take a closer look, and yes, that would appear to be authentic. Thank you, Aurora. With this issue out of the way, I feel I can carry out my part of the bargain with clear conscience. The Hellfire Brigade will be with you when you go to Fairloch, and I will send a messenger to Farrell to see that our payment from the royal coffers. This concludes our business here today.
Selling ourselves as assassin to save the kingdom is far greater a price than you realize, Marcus. You and your mercenaries had better be worth it.
Aradel was not a moral man, madam, nor was he trustworthy. Put your conscience at ease, for I sense that you are a woman of moral fiber, and I can understand your outrage. I do not go around assassinating people every day, every second day, maybe. Despite what you may think. Regardless, the deed is now done, and I intend to live up to my part of the deal. When we get to Fairloch, we shall unleash hell upon them and end this war once and for all. I'm glad to have you on our side, Marcus. Your assistance will be very well appreciated. Oh, one more thing, Aurora. Be wary of the other Sand Dragon mercenaries on your way through Trinity. They will no doubt be rather upset over the deaths of their leader. Ah, thank you, but I think I can handle them. As you say, good luck to you.
All right. Have I completed the mercenary thing already? I've hired 2 mercenary companies. It would seem that's it for Trinity. Oh, geez, that was quick. Okay. Oh, there's only 2. What? There's only 2 mercenary companies in town? I thought there were more. Ah, these are just other members of the different. Right. Okay, that makes sense. I want to see if the wizard's still in town. Away on an expedition, shop closed. Oh, that's a shame. Can we get into the palace? Alright. Out of range of the I'm not a mercenary. Fuck you. I hire mercenaries. Honest Hakeem! Yeah, even though he died in the previous game, he must have been raised from the dead. Hooray. Hey, Hakeem!
My greetings.
Welcome to Honest Hakeem's. I have here for you the very finest weaponry and assorted equipment from lands both near and far. You seem familiar. Have we met? Yeah, we conducted some business a couple of years back, before the war. Ah, I thought I recognized your face. It's good to see you again, my friend. These are exciting times. Well, it's hardly the word I would choose, but, we're in it. The war itself is a tragedy, of course, and terrible things indeed. Many fine people have died needlessly. I rue the day that the war was declared. Well, I can see exactly how set you are about the situation. You've done quite well for yourself. This new building of yours is very large and expensive looking and full of high-priced equipment. Well, all quite legal, I assure you. The mercenaries who come through here are often loaded with the spoils of war, and someone must buy and sell it. If not for me, who else? Oh well, who am I to question the whims of fate? Well. Let's have a look. What do you have? Ah, what I have is what you need, my friend. Come, look at my shelves and see what it takes your fancy. All right, what do we got? A Hood of Intellect. Oh, that's pretty cool, actually. What we got there? Boots of Speed. Ah, here we go. Okay. I think we're all purchased out. So I got myself some cool gloves. Got some colorings done. Got at least some better charisma. Got a very cool rapier for the princess. And I think we are good to go. So I was going to trade out the different items, because there's no point in having them there, because she won't utilize them. Alright. Let's rock and roll.
So... Can I go back to High March? Oh, that's how I came in. Buh. Oh, it's that death mosquito again. Alright. So we're just heading straight back to... This is where I should have set a recall point. I have a recall point! What am I talking about? Ha 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 ha! Hey, we're back at Braxford. Alright, cool. Which I'm fairly certain was where we needed to go. Ah, there we go. I failed to open a door. There he is. Robert. Oh, Robert's here. Awesome. Hey, everybody. Looking good there, Rob.
Well met.
Aurora. Hello, Aurora. No, he wasn't French. He was meant to be French, but I didn't make him French. Aurora, I see you have returned from the south. Have you acquired reinforcement we require?
Yep. 2 mercenary companies to aid us.
Excellent. I've sent word back home, and we have breached the island lines, and that all available reinforcements should be sent to Braxford post-haste. Unfortunately, it will be some time before they begin to arrive. We cannot afford to wait here.
So you plan to move on Fairloch as soon as possible?
Just so. We will cut across the central plains and take the Culdony Highway east through the mountains. With our siege equipment slowing us down, it will take some time, but it will still be the best way to go. Culdony itself is heavily fortified, and the mountain path through Cairn Woods is too rough.
Well, you know what's best for your army, General. I don't dispute that, but I think I might be able to round up some more support if I head east. The barbarian tribes and the Arcadian elves would probably offer some assistance.
I would not say no to more reinforcements. One can never have enough troops in an operation like this. Hopefully the dwarves of Stoneguard will also join us once we reach their city, which, with our combined forces, nothing will be able to stand in our way.
Well, except the Iron Lord's invulnerability, we will need to do something about that, or the king could very well weather the storm we intend to unleash upon him. Yes, we'll get that Scepter of Ages and switch off his armor. Without it, I believe any attack will ultimately fail.
Ah, I've heard of this scepter. I believe it was used to remove certain enchantments from the Iron Lord, rendering it vulnerable to damage, no? Such a powerful weapon will not be left lying around. I have no doubt it would be the single most precious item to King Seamus, and that he would not want it to be out of his sight.
Yes. It is precious to him, certainly, but I think he would want it far away from him, actually. The thought of that scepter sitting nearby where an assassin could get it and use it on him would probably be too much for him.
It's quite possible, but if not the case, but if not close to him, where else could it be?
Probably in the possession of Tyrannus the Black. He has a tower southeast of Stoneguard in a place called Blackwood Gale. When the time comes, I will go there and seek the scepter. And if he does not have it, well, then he will know someone who does. Either way, I must go to the tower and find out.
I understand. Well, then, we should prepare for our next mission right away. I wish you luck in your dealings with the elves and barbarians, Aurora.
Yes, and I wish you best speed over the mountains, General. I will cut through the Cairnwood Forest and meet you at Stoneguard.
Agreed. You are dismissed.
Oh, I'm dismissed.
Well met. Hello.
Hey, can you come with me now, Robert? Hooray! Good stuff. All right.
Let's get moving.
I just realized the only real problem... Oh, hang on.
No, I can't do that.
Thank you, Robert. I just realized he's going to be the only person in our group without haste. Oh, well, hopefully the elves have a magic shop. We can get another set of boots of haste. Alright, to the wilds, everybody. Oh, shit. Elder werewolf. He has gold on him because silver would be detrimental. Oh, hey! We can go check out the Tomb of the Night again. There we go. Tomb of the Exiled Knight, Part 3. Okay, can't go that way.
Sorry.
Oh.
Oh, I thought you might be those werewolves. I'm sorry, I almost attacked you.
I'm glad you didn't. What the hell's going on in here?
We're hiding from the invaders, the bloody werewolves, that's what.
Alright, take it easy. I'm here to help.
I apologize. I didn't mean to stop at you like that. I haven't slept in 2 days.
Have we met? Yes, a couple of years ago. I'm Aurora, former Lord of High March.
Of course, the hero of Caldony. You wouldn't remember me. I'm David Pertell. I used to run the leather shop in Braxford, and now I've just been trying to keep these people alive.
Of course I remember you. I bought my first cape from you. Ah, is this all that's left of the town's population?
I'm afraid so. A few guards had sacrificed themselves so that we could get away.
They were werewolves, you mentioned, yes?
Well, both, really. We've been hearing rumors of strange beasts outside the town walls for weeks before the word of the invasion reached us. But we didn't think anything of it until people started disappearing. Local rangers weren't able to locate their bodies, which worried them more than they would say. I could see it in their eyes, and by the time we heard of Toussaint's forces entering the west of town, we had lost a dozen people, and they were too busy dealing with this new threat. The mayor called for a town meeting in the inn, where we discussed the future of the town. Once more, it was about to be invaded by enemies of the country, and with the mystery of the missing townsfolk making people nervous, we decided to evacuate. Commander Dante supported this decision, suggesting that we should head to Caldony for the time being. You're a little off course by the looks of it. How'd you end up down here? Well, there was a rumor that his tomb was being watched over by angels, and I don't recall who said it, but the idea of a divine protection caught everyone's imagination. It wasn't long before we decided to come here instead, and that's when things went horribly wrong. So, the werewolves and the pile of bodies, I guess? Yeah, we gathered up what we could and moved east just after noon. The rangers were busy preparing defenses, and they didn't really notice which direction we were going, only that we had left, and no one else knew where we were going, and yet shortly before the sun went down, we were ambushed by 3 werewolves, and it was terrible. They leaped at us, howling and snarling, and killed 2 of the town guards in the blink of an eye. The remaining soldiers yelled at us to run, and so we ran. I took the lead, guarding the others along the path and fading light, hoping to reach safety of this place before the monsters caught up with us, and I could hear the soldiers screaming and dying over the pounding of my own heart as we ran. And then another wolf leaped in front of me, and I reacted out of pure instinct, slashing at it with my grandfather's blade, which wasn't much of a blow, but the effect upon the creature was instant. It howled like it had been struck a mighty blow and fell utterly dead. Ooh. Maybe a magic sword there? My grandfather always said so, but in my time with the Rangers years ago, it never shone much in the way of power. I guess it was designed to slay werewolves, or nothing else would explain the devastating blow against the creature. Well, so what happened next? We kept running until we got here, and I locked the door behind us. I put a trap on it afterwards, but I doubt it would have much effect on a werewolf. I think the only reason they haven't burst in here to finish it off is because of this. It's certainly not due to any angelic intervention. This place has been quiet for a long time, and there's no sign of any supernatural influences.
Well, there wouldn't be. Aurora helped seal
Aurora helped the forces of light seal off the evil influences that sought to take over this tomb, and once they were gone, the angels left. They only go where they're needed, lest they interfere in the lives of mortals. Alright, so you've clearly been very lucky, but you've also been courageous to stand up to those monsters. Well, there's more. Look, there's no way those things knew we were coming in advance. The only people who knew we were heading here were in our small group. So someone told the werewolves? I don't know that for sure, but it's the only thing that makes sense. Remember, werewolves can assume human appearance. Yes. It would mean that whoever this werewolf informer is, he's been among your town for some time, assuming, of course, there's no strangers here. No, I've known everyone here for at least 6 months, and from what I remember my grandfather telling me, being bitten by a werewolf has the profound effect upon your mind. If someone is working for those monsters, they probably would be able to resist the commands of the alpha leader, the head werewolf, but it might be something simpler. Maybe they can sense each other, in which case the insider wouldn't even have to contact the others. He or she may even be trying to keep their change a secret. Well, you're the expert, so who do you think it is? My grandfather's advice said to think the former rather than the latter. I don't like the idea of my friends and neighbors suddenly turning evil, but I think I know a way to figure it out. So yes, wolfsbane. If you rub it on a werewolf, when they're in human form, they're supposed to change immediately, and it hurts them a lot, so it'd come in handy. And do you have some? It's not uncommon. You'll probably find it growing around the local area. Just go and get some. Alright. I'll go and find them. I think your equipment and skills are up to the challenge. Yep. Alright, back soon. Cool. So we got Tom Ballard.
Hello there.
Hello there, weary traveler. You realize this isn't an inn, right? Well, of course. I'm not mad, you know, but I have the same job here as I did back in town. Ah, cool. Gonna offer me drinks. Farmer Tom.
Greetings.
So who do we think it is? Oh. I'll just borrow this. Thank you. Let's go find us some wolfsbane. Holy shit on a stick.
Many wolves later.
Awesome sauce. Alright. Let's go find this wolf in commoner's clothing. I'm back, Dave.
Greetings.
Yep, I think good enough. I'll do fine. Here, let me just get ready. You can test everyone. Alright, so what do you want me to do? Turns into a werewolf after you touch them with this stuff. You better attack you rather than me. Alright, well, thank you very much. Just another moment, nearly done. Okay, here, now take this and run it against the skin of all the adults. So not the children then. No, they haven't left town for a long time. In any case, the werewolf, the bit of person in question, would choose an adult over a child simply because they'd make a stronger werewolf. Not animals, you know. Alright, that's right. So, yeah, let's go and kill it then. Stand guard just in case. Of course, good luck, Aurora. Alright.
Greetings.
Can I help you? Yeah, just gotta rub this on you. It won't take a moment. Apply wolfsbane. Yep. Chilling okay. Not gonna attack anyone. Alright, awesome. So you're done. Miss Patel.
Hello.
Sorry to trouble you. I need to rub a bit of this on you to make sure you're not infected. Routine. Won't take a moment. Yep. Feeling okay. Yep. Awesome. Alexander Cobb, you're laying down there. What's going on there? Oi.
Good tidings to you.
Oh, yes, can I help you? Yep, just gonna rub this on you. Herbal remedy. Hold still. Feeling okay? Yep, cool. Is it Farmer John?
Greetings.
Feeling any different? Oh no, it's Farmer John! Found him.
Greetings.
Oh, good God, it was Farmer Tom. I've known that man for years. Well, sorry for your loss, but once he was bitten, there's nothing that could be done for him, at least. Well, yes, there is. Remove curse. Alright, well, you're safe now. Safe in here, but our supplies are nearly gone, and there's still werewolves out there. I did kill quite a lot. You killed some. I don't know how many are left. I suppose it could be safe to leave. Oh, but I'm forgetting the invading army. Aware the invading army, so it's okay. It just occurred to me that this is a very defensible position. Only one entrance and strong doors. Plus, who would look down here for civilians? If I got some more food and supplies, you could stay in here until Tucson army pass by, then make your way to Colony. Oh, what a great idea. I don't know as many supplies left in Braxford, but you could poke around the kitchen of the inn. There might be something there. Alright, I'll be back. It's going to get that picnic basket. We get that picnic basket. I want to find out what this song is. Absolutely love it. Alright. Kitchen. Ha ha ha. Got bread. Raspberry pie. I said raspberry pie. Ooh. There's bread and cheese. And there's also the picnic basket over here. Hello, picnic basket. And there's a pork pie. That's right. Alright, we have food. Glorious food. Whoa. Fallen Knights. Oh no. They've turned. Do you mind? Alright, thank you.
Greetings.
What are you gonna do to me?
You're going down.
Did you guys stop?
Greetings.
Who are you exactly? I'm Simon Simon Templar. That's a good reference to the saint. Alright. Former commander of the 2nd Royal Skirmishers Battalion. Actually, I should give him a Roger Moore voice. My name is Bond. I don't really know if I can do Roger Moore. I can do a sort of weird Beatles accent, so I think we'll go with that one there. Well, we forgive you for saying, but you're in pretty sure shape, Sir Knight. Well, life is hard on the run. On one side, the Tucsonites, other side, Ireland. Better to rust away in the wilds than die under tyranny. So you're a deserter. Yes, I was given an order to quell dissent in Caldony, but I refused to follow it. And there was some unrest, but the people wanted food for God's sake, and there was incidents over the past couple of years as well, but that was the one that pushed me over the edge. I won't fight for Ireland any longer. I've seen enough death to last a lifetime. Alright. Well, you threw off the shackles of the established order and started to think for yourself. Good for you. Tell that to the brave men and women who's died since I made that decision. Look, I'm sorry for your loss, but you still did the right thing.
Or perhaps, so what now? You don't look like soldiers on either side of this conflict. Who are you, anyway? I'm Aurora Borealis. I seek to remove King Seamus from power. But I've heard of you. You were executed. Yeah, I get that a lot. So you're alive and kicking, and maybe out for a little revenge? No, not really. Well, yeah. Something wrong with that? Yes, well, not really. One reason is good as another. Look, this has been a nice chat, but all I'd like is to get out of here, unless you're planning to kill me. Well, if you're looking for a place to wait the war out, I think I know the spot. There's some townsfolk hiding in the tomb east of here. You can stay with them until this is all over. I'm doing his voice, so I got it all backwards. I'm impersonating him now. That sounds pretty good, actually. I could use a safe place to hide for a while. Alright, let's go east. I thought he was actually, one of the werewolves come back to life after being, like one of the soldiers being murdered. And come back as a, here you go, David.
Greetings.
Lots of food for you. Take over to Bob. He's in charge of the food. But I wanted to thank you for what you've done for us. Braxford may be dead, but they're still, but we're still alive. All right. And you should have plenty of time. Take care of yourself, David, and get some rest. All right. There you go, Tom. Got some food for you, dude.
Hello there.
Here's a pork pie, some bread, raspberry pie, fresh fruit, and a wheel of cheese. That's the last of the food. Ooh, that's nicely done, thanks. And after David has rested, he'll be able to hunt some animals for us as well. With luck, we'll be able to stay here for the next week and head off to Cozney, assuming the war isn't headed here, of course. Keep yourself safe, and remember, you can't depend on anyone except yourselves. Glad I could help. Braxford is kind of special to me. Well, it isn't really. And I have to make sure you had a fighting chance to survive. Well, thanks to you. I can't thank you enough. You know, the Major talks about never returning to Braxford, but I think that's just old age talking. If he doesn't want to start it from scratch, then maybe I'll run from here. Now, best of luck, dude. Alright. Hello, Sir Simon.
Greetings.
Very secure. Yep, grateful for protection. Oh. Well, then I consider it my duty to keep them safe, Aurora. I may be a deserter from an unjust king, but I'm not without a sense of duty. Alright, good luck. Okay, everyone, this is Simon. Pay attention to him. To the elves! Oh, no. Ah! Fire elementals attacking the tree! You can't, you idiot. If you rain fire on a fire elemental, you're just going to make it stronger. Hey, Asterix.
Hello.
Aurora, at last. I've been waiting for your arrival for some time. You knew I was coming. Oh, my leafy friends here have their sources. Let's just say a little bird told me. And I mean that literally, of course. Heh. Talking trees. Now I've seen everything. He lights a cigar. Concerned looks from the treants. Must you spoke in the presence of wooden creatures? Yeah, I must. It helps me to think. I need to think in order to help the best I can. See? It's a win-win situation. Just, this place is dry enough without your spark. Please. Just put it out. Nah, it's okay. If you've got a problem, I'm sure they'd say something. Extinguish your flame. Sure, not a problem. Sure have a way of attracting trouble, don't you? I apologize, Hasrax. It won't happen again. So, how are you doing anyway? It's been years. Oh, it has indeed. I was finally able to rest and tend my forest after the war until things started to fall apart. Yeah. Well, if you're referring to the elementals, where'd they come from? Oh, Ireland has sent some of its lesser wizards here to conjure fire elementals to burn down Cottonwood. They have yet to breach this position, but areas of the north have been severely affected. Well, why would Seamus want to burn this place down? You haven't heard? Oh, I'm sorry. I thought that with your previous position as Lord High March, you would have been better in the loop of such matters. Well, tell me about the situation.
I'll answer that one. I've heard about it shortly before the unpleasantries in Fairloch, but I had no idea it was so extensive. When the king first found about the presence of Arcadia here in the very center of this country, he was not pleased, and this was shortly after the victory against the Iron Lord.
Ah, right. Well, King Lomar of the Elves was outraged that Seamus had decided to keep the armor himself, and Lomar knew of its destructive power and refused to talk with Seamus until he destroyed the suit. But I'm afraid that Lomar's subordinates merely gave Seamus an excuse to treat Arcadia as a threat, though he had not talked about it publicly. He quietly laid siege to the city and began a long campaign. Well, I would have thought the elves would have been able to kick the crap out of these guys. Well, they did at first, but the elves were cut from the surrounding forests and depended upon for sustenance, and slowly they began to wither. Many elves died defending Arcadia, but Lomar knew they could only last so long before the inevitable defeat. While Arcadia stood, Seamus would never leave them alone, and so the elves took what they could and left. Where'd they go? Well, who can say? Their finest wizards opened a portal, and they went through. I suspect they may have travelled to another continent, though in truth, I have not been able to enter Arcadia to find out myself. Nothing enters and leaves. Or lives. If the elves have left, then what the hell is Aielund still attacking the place for? Oh, the evacuation of Arcadia happened only a few weeks ago, and it's unlikely the king even knows that they left. For the elves have awakened the treants, the last defenders of the old world, to defend Arcadia from looters and pillagers. With the forest itself seeming to come alive and repel the invaders, the king has ordered Carnwood burnt to the ground. Ah, well, I'd hoped to recruit the elves to help us out, but if they've gone, I can hardly do that. Don't suppose the treants will be able to help us out? Well, that's not for me to say. So I do not speak for them. Hey, treant, do you have a name? Ishkes. Oh, greetings, mighty Iskes. The only ones attacking you in your forest are based in Fairloch, a city not far northeast, and the one who ordered your destruction resides there, and we seek to end this tyranny with your aid. We could do just that. Will you help us? We protect the old places. It is not our way to aid outsiders. But if you don't take the offensive, the enemy will keep coming until all the forest is burned to the ground, and if that happens, you will have failed. No! Well, the choice is yours, then. When it is time, we will join the assault, but you must aid in our defense here first. Seems fair. I was thinking of heading straight through to Stoneguard from here anyway. Then, we will all gain from this alliance. I'm glad we're able to work together again, Aurora. It's been a powerful force. You've been a powerful force for change throughout the recent events, and I shudder to think what life would be like now had you not become stranded in Braxford 2 years ago. Yep, I'm pretty awesome. Let's get started. No, I'll stay here and remain here to defend the forest and help tend to the wounded creatures that have managed to survive thus far. But I can help you extinguish the fires that threaten the forests your way here. Take this. It creates a large amount of water so you can put out the fires, and also a pretty good weapon to use against elementals. Ooh, thank you. Sphere of elemental water. Nice. Now go. You will find many treants on your journey north who are actively engaging the enemy when they appear. They will aid you in battle, but please track down whoever is commanding the enemy and stop them whoever you can. Alright, I'll get to it. Oh, cool. You got stuff you can... Okay, give us a heal. And what trading stuff do you have? Better buy the potions of heal. Thank you very much. Alright, so we're heading this way?
Welcome.
Ooh. It's terrifying.
Understanding is a three-edged sword.
Awesome.
You can't attack fire elementals
Some healing.
with arrows. You're just going to... You're adding fuel to the flames. The board has got nuked.
Have at thee! Have at thee!
Is there... Okay, there's that cave there, but is there anything down here is the question on the map. Alright, cool. Let's go check out that cave then. There's more baddies in there. I'm guessing it's the wizards that are summoning the elementals. Alright. Oh! It's Maggie. Aurora, I thought I'd find you in the middle of the forest. Maggie! I'm surprised to see you here. This is a place... Oh, I'm not surprised to see you here. Are you doing okay? Oh, yeah, I'm surviving. It's hard seeing so much beauty being destroyed. King Seamus has been ruthlessly attacking this place for months, trying to take over from the elves, but now he just wants to burn it down. So you're here to fight the elementals, yeah? Oh, hang on.
That's it for you! Take that!
We'll continue this conversation in a moment. Whoa, Maggie, you've gone all evil and dark, turning into a demon.
That's it for you! Take that!
So, Maggie, anything you want to tell us? Get out of my fucking way, treants.
Hi there.
Yeah. So it's been pretty devastating there, Maggie. So you're fighting the elementals? Yeah, but I'm mostly hunting.
I can do the... Yes, but I'm mostly hunting the wizards who conjured them. That got them cut off. Got to cut them off from the source, you see. Otherwise, they'll just bring in more.
Alright. Well, I'm just destroying these things as I go.
Ah, good. This is all... It's all used to be pristine pine forest, you know. Covered an entire mountainside for centuries. Absolutely magnificent. Well, you best get moving. The longer we wait... Can I join up? Yes! Come along. Excellent. I will bring my demons with me.
Oh, of course, you're in a polymorph form, so you don't actually have any equipment. I think I may need to turn back around, because I'm trying to go to Stoneguard, but I'm also attempting to get to the... Alright, so that's the Carnwood Lake, so where we are. I also wanted to go and visit the Barbarians and see if I can enlist their help in this endeavor, so... I may need to turn around... Alright, so let's just quickly turn back around. We're gonna head back through to the to the barbarians, and then we'll come back this way. How do I get out of here is the question. Ah, here we go. Knock, knock.
What are you doing here, Outlander? Your kind is not welcome.
I know, look, I've got a scary demon with me, but you don't remember me? I defeated Arag the Usurper 2 years ago and slayed the great white dragon that plagued your people.
Ah, Aurora the Slayer. I did not recognize you. Forgive me.
Nothing to forgive. I've come here seeking the aid of your people once more.
Well, that may prove difficult.
Oh, why? Something wrong?
You better talk to the chief.
All right, I will.
Open the bloody door.
Thank you. Hey, Morik.
Well met, friend.
Aurora, I'm surprised to see you. Tales of your death at the hands of the tyrant Seamus have reached us even here.
Well, a lot harder to kill than he thinks, so, and I think he's now made a fatal mistake. Well, he made me angry. That's what mistake he made.
A mistake I'm sure he will come to regret knowing you.
We always seem to meet at the worst of times, don't we, Chief?
Unfortunately, that is true once more, my old friends.
Yeah, so it would seem that Aielund has been trying to take control of all the lands inside of its borders that have traditionally belonged to their native inhabitants. This is a major shift in Fairloch's previous tolerant policy in the land sharing. So why is he trying to take over the frozen wastes?
I had wondered why Aielund has been so determined to destroy us. One day their envoys simply stopped coming, and their armies came instead, and yet even this would not be cause for the division that are dividing our people. For we are not familiar with this war. So what's going on? What divisions?
Oh,
Although accustomed to warfare, we no longer possess the strength to conquer all of Aielund. We will lose this war unless we can find a way to stave off our foes, and it is this subject that once united tribes,
and it is this subject that our once united tribes have fallen into disarray.
Although I am chief, the elder shaman also has a great deal of influence with my people. He and I differ on methods for protecting our lands from these invaders. His name is Talon Black Tiger, and he is the son of Talon Black Tiger. You may remember him.
Yeah, I killed him, I think.
I understand completely. Talon took over as elder shaman after his father's death,
and he is the last of the Black Tiger tribe. And that is relevant because
he's the sole surviving descendant of the Rekthor Black Tiger, our greatest hero, revered leader from ancient times, and though he has not spoken of it, I believe he feels he needs to prove his greatness to himself and to the tribes.
Well, pride is usually the beginning of someone's downfall. You can only hope he doesn't take other people along for the ride. And how do you know what he's going to do? What do you think he's going to do?
He's a shaman of great talent, but that talent also includes a fascination with the darker side of magic. I speak of necromancy, the forbidden art among my people, and one he has mastered. I discovered with some time ago, and swore I would never tell anyone if he stopped practicing it.
Look, he believes that he can raise Rekthor himself from Valhalla to protect our land with a dead legion of his loyal warriors. We're going full Game of Thrones here. He's planning to raise an army of undead warriors? Oh, this will be an atrocity if it is allowed to happen. Alright. And you feel this will violate their memories? Fuck their memories, Aurora. It's going to violate everyone's body when they stab everyone to death.
You understand our ways, Aurora. I'm impressed, and yet we honor our dead. And to use them in this fashion would be a sacrilege of everything they stood for in life. I have forbidden Talon from doing this, but he has the support of many tribal leaders, and I think he is even now attempting to perform his dark rituals, and you can't stop him because you're not strong enough. As chieftain, I cannot act against an elder shaman without angering those supporting him. We need to unite. All right. So I'll go take care of him. You know, for a group of people that are so disliked in this world, mercenaries sure do save the day a lot, don't we? All right, Chief, what exactly do you need from us? I need you to travel south to our holy lands and stop Talon by any means at your disposal. I do not even know if he is open to reason, but if you need to kill him, do it. All right. And if he's managed to raise the army of revered warriors, I do not believe that their spirits come to his beckoning willingly. Destroy any of them that you come across, as this will release them from their summoned existence and return them to the halls of Valhalla. All right, I'll help you out, but when the time comes, I need your people to come help us out. Deal? It's a bold strategy, Aurora, and I will, of course, offer my assistance. All right, cool. Excellent. Yep, see you there. All right, let's go murder a shaman. Oh, wait a second. Morik, can we rest here, please? It's been a very long couple of days. Okie dokie. Alright. I think we're good to go again. Yes, we have Maggie on our side. Now, what does Maggie actually have? Because I know she was a cleric as well. She's got a +5 sickle, armor, ring protection, element, boots of hardiness. Alright, cool. Yep, everyone's large metal shield. Excellent. So where is he? He's south, so he's up. When I say up, I mean down on the map. There we go. Ooh. Oh, he's right there. All right, that's going to be fun. Hey, dude. You have a word? Oi.
I greet you.
Outlanders, you have desecrated this holy land with your presence. Look. I don't mean to offend you, but Chief Morik urged me to come here and meet with you. You've allied yourself with that blood traitor. And you thought that telling me this would make me listen to you? You are a knave, just like Morik. Outlanders trespass against our lands and laws, and he will not do what is necessary to protect our people. Look, you want to protect your lands, I can respect that, but there are other ways. You don't have to raise an army of undead to do it. That is where you are wrong. The might of these legendary warriors is unsurpassed. Only the Dread Legion can defend us in this dark time, and through my power they will walk the earth again. Alright, look, I think it's only fair to warn you that if you attempt this, I will stop you. And all you will accomplish is to tarnish the name of the Black Tiber tribe for all time. Is this really what you want your noble lineage to be remembered as? That is exactly what Morik said to me before I left, and he was using you to get to me. I will not be swayed by the old man in his words. Alright, I gave it a shot. Unfortunately, I'm going to have to kill you now. You will find that a good deal more difficult than you could possibly imagine, as you will soon discover. Oh, son of a bitch, he teleported away. It's like, aha! Oh, he's gone. I want Winning Whispers.
That's it for you. Take that.
We're nothing but a coward.
gone stone elemental. Or lava elemental. Hey, who's throwing rocks at us? Oh dear.
Down you go! Feel my your blood Hi there.
All right. Now we gotta kill ourselves a necromancer.
Can't even make a scratch.
Oh, you piece of shit! Oh, it's Rethgor there. Oh, wow. Is he dead already? Ah!
Down you go! Blood shall
Fucking run!
That's it for you. No quarter.
There we go. And now, just to show the hypocrisy of what we've been doing, I will now use a spell to raise my companions from the dead.
Hi there.
Well met.
Alright. What you got on you there, pal? Cold Fury. Ooh. And what about you, sir? Black. Ooh. Can Robert use this?
It is done.
Well met, friend.
I was forced to kill him, unfortunately.
Then it is over. The last true blood descendant of Rethkor has been slain.
Well, his blood was getting a bit thin, if you ask me. Talon was a blight to Rethgar's legacy, and you should be pleased that he's gone.
Please is not the word I would choose, but I am glad it is over. Even with his recent dishonorable actions, he was to us what royalty is to your people. And now our link to the legend of the past is severed. Any of his equipment that you recovered you may keep as payment. Were it to remain with us, it would go unused, for it carries the taint of the blood traitor. As for Rethkor's mighty axe, you may use it as you wish.
Ah, excellent. Are you sure you don't want it in your tribe?
The axe belongs to the one who is worthy to wield it, and if you indeed plan to meet the Iron Lord in battle, then you will need it more than I.
So you're not going to come?
I must remain here to reunite our people. If I were to leave now, I might return to find that find us each at each other's throats. Blah, blah, blah. I will send my most loyal warriors to aid your battle, led by my own daughter, Valenia. But I cannot spare many until I reassert my authority. I am sorry, but I am unable to do more at this time.
All right. Will do. With what I have planned, it will be enough. Level up!
Then there is nothing more to say, except that I wish you good fortune and success in your battle. For both our peoples are at stake. May the spirit of Rethkor walk beside you in battle.
Thank you, Morik. Good luck as well. All right. Ooh. All right. All right, let's get moving. So what's my performance now? 71 performance.
It will be a more spectacular performance.
And I'll clear that and then assign that back to the search mode. I was hoping we had to pick up Valrena as so they get the whole band back together. Oh, that's right. This is the place with where the druids were. Ah, screw you, wizard. Get off the corpse. I want to loot it. Onward. Onward north. God damn it. This place is all burnt to shit. You got to admit, actually, in terms of a weapon used to, you know, take out most of a continent, actually weaponizing living fire is pretty, pretty insane. Oh, there he is. Orville Heliconia. Now, can I use... Oh, hang on. Yeah, fuck that guy. Orville's blazing robes. The fire staff. Nice. I shall take it all. Ah, the Ents can deal with that. Alright, are we here yet? Stoneguard Village. All right. Well, I think this might be a good point to leave it for today. So I've got to go talk to the dwarves in the next session, and then we've got the battle on at Fairloch, or the infiltration at Fairloch. So I think that's a pretty good button point for today. We're building towards a massive battle, gathering up allies, all old and new, and yeah, racing towards the conclusion of this act. So I will admit, I'm very much enjoying this storyline. I'm actually very glad for the recommendation. Yes, but for now, thank you all very much for watching. Please remember to like and subscribe. I have been your humble host, Tim. And be sure to come back for the next session of Aurora Plays Neverwinter Nights, the Aielund Saga. Bye!